So, I was just trying to read in Prabhupada's perspective. So, what are the duties of a father and the duties of a son? So, that is the point what has been enumerated here. So, Prabhupada spoke on this subject at various places, multiple locations. So, some points may be repetitive, but some element of that point is unique to that. So, this is essential for all human beings, and it is the duty of the father, spiritual master, and ultimately the state to take up the responsibility of leading the citizens towards the path of God realization. So, the primary duty of either parent or a spiritual master or the head of a state is to lead the citizens towards God realization. This is the duty first. Next, it is the duty of a father to become a Vaishnava and to raise his children to become Vaishnavas. Then, even if by chance a father falls down, the son can deliver him as Prithu Maharaj delivered his father. It is the duty of the father, spiritual master, and the king to regulate their subordinates in such a way that ultimately they become fully unalloyed devotees of the Supreme Lord. Not just devotees, they should become unalloyed devotees, pure devotees of the Creator. As long as a living entity in the form of a child or boy is innocent, it is the duty of the father and mother to lead him in a proper understanding of the values of life. So, the character has to be built when he is as a boy. Values of the life has to be taught. Next, the duty of a father is to give cultural education to his sons, and who must later decide which way to go. So, the duty of a father is to give cultural education, and the son can decide where he wants to go. Responsible fathers should not hinder their sons who are making cultural advancement in association with Krishna consciousness. So, Prabhupada is indirectly hinting. Father should not obstruct. If the son wants to become a monk, the parents should not obstruct. Prabhupada is very clear. It is a duty of a father to understand the astrological position of his child and do what is needed for their happiness. See, a person when he is born, to his capacity, designate him accordingly. He is born as a Kshatriya and you are teaching him as a Brahmana, it doesn't work. He is born as a Brahmana and you are teaching him Kshatriya, misfit. Like somebody has inclination to become a doctor, you are teaching him engineering. It doesn't make sense to him. Like that. So, as per his astrological condition, you train him accordingly. It is a duty of the father to educate his son both in religion and morality. So, two things are there: religion and morality. Both things have to be taught. As the father's duty is to see the children raised very nicely so that in future he may be very happy. Not just immediate happiness. Shreyaha preyaha. The ultimate happiness is very much important. And it is the duty of the father not that simply to feed him and make him fatty. Not just maintain him means, oh, just feed him and see that he is happy, fatty. No. It is the duty of the father and mother to train the children in such a way that they will be interested in Guru and Krishna. So it is the duty of the parents so that children becomes interested in Guru and Krishna. The father and mother's duty should be that the child is born out of my womb and this should be the last phase of his life, so that he may not come in any other animal or man's womb and no more material body. It is the father's duty to raise his son to be a strong, useful citizen, and sometimes he must reprimand him for some mistake in order to teach. Not just goody goody. It has to be reprimanded when there is a mistake. Correction is also important. Because when you are as a child, when you are not corrected, you cannot correct it when it is grown. Generally, we have a local saying, Mokkai Vangande Manai Vanguna. So, when you are a child, it has to be treated properly. Because when it grows, you will not be able to do anything later. So, from the children, there is a guidance and there is correction. Because whenever we go astray, we have to be brought back online. Now, this is the duties of father or parent. Now, what are the duties of a son? A son is indebted to his parents in so many ways, and it is a duty of the son to serve his parent, however son the great may be. Even though he may be the Supreme Lord, he is supposed to serve his parents. But the condition is the parents should also be devotees. In the absence of the father, it is the duty of the grown-up son to take in charge of the mother and take care of her so nicely that she will be able to forget the father's association. It is the duty of the son to depend upon his father without asking anything from him. The good son has his faith that the father knows what is best for his benefit. So completely depending upon the father, so that he knows what is best for me. I need not separately endeavor. The duty of a son is to perform the Shraddha ritualistic ceremony after his father's death, so that his father may be promoted to a planetary system where he may become a good citizen and a devotee. It is a duty of a son or a disciple to offer respects and recite suitable prayers when he approaches his father or a spiritual master. So now father is also considered as a spiritual master because he is on a devotee platform, not on material considerations. See, respect in material way is different, respect in spiritual terms is different. Son also gives service to the father and servant also gives service to the master. So there is affection either as master or servant or son and father. But it is the duty of the servant or son to give service to the Supreme. Because we are all sons of the Supreme, it is our duty to serve the Supreme. And finally it says, it is the duty of the son to be obedient to the father and to act according to his father. And this is what Manu is trying to explain. Obedient to the father and to act according to the order of the father. So, Vidura was a great personality, we all know. So, how by his religious discrimination, he was able to give good counsel. There was one entire section credited for him as Vidura Niti in Mahabharata. When Vidura came back to instruct Dhritarashtra, he gives technical details how a person should behave, like a king should behave, how a wise man should behave, who is a fool, who is an intelligent man, who is a pandita, like the technical details, he educated him. So much so that Dhritarashtra became inspired to quit the home and to become a renunciant and a yogi. In 1 week, he is able to attain material liberation at least. He could not become a devotee, but he is able to become a yogi in 1 week. And he achieved perfection in 1 week. So, some of the teachings there, Vidura says, who is a wise man and what is his conduct? He says a wise man understands the properties and values of all intimate, inanimate and animate things. Means Stavara Jangama, animate and inanimate. So, he knows all the propensities and value of everything animate or inanimate. Understands the consequences of his actions and actions of others. How I should behave and how others should behave. And he always watches the best practices adopted by others to achieve results. So, like somebody may perform very nicely, out of enviousness, I don't accept that. No. I try to accept all the best principles by all other people so that I need not waste my time in researching again and again. This is the symptom of a wise man. Further, good practices adopted by wise men. What do? They are active listeners. They quick grasping ability of what others are trying to convey. Not interfering into others' domain. We don't put our finger everywhere. Because door is open, let me go and put my finger there to get it crushed. No, we don't put that. So that is there one more thing. Not longing for results. Not running behind karma phala, and no false pride. When they perform, they do not exhibit that false pride. Next, good practices adopted by further wise man. He acquires competence in at least one field. In Navavida Bhakti, at least one field he acquires competence. Develops an overall perspective in other fields. So he has a complete knowledge on one field and what is required from other fields, something like that. Never adopts shortcuts and soft options to achieve goals. No shortcut. Communicates effectively with all sections. And he is willing to learn from anybody. Not that I have to learn only from superiors. If somebody is from the inferiors also, he can learn. Good can be perceived anywhere. Honey can be picked from everywhere. Gold can be picked even from dirt, from filth. So because gold is gold, it has its quality. And he always remains humble. Humility is the basic principle of a wise man. Then, some things, good practices further. He never seeks advice from the following four. He never consults these four people. Persons with half-baked knowledge, persons deliberately delay work, inherently lazy people, and flatterers. Simply they glorify you. They keep a jockey and they keep lifting us. And suddenly we will fall. So these are called artificial flatterers. If you have qualities which we glorify him, that is correct. He is of useless fellow and you are glorifying your greatest personality on here. There are waste of endeavors, all these things. So these four categories of people, he will never interfere. He will never interact. And in this material world also, there are certain things we always look for. Whenever there is a festival, if you want to purchase any item, we'll see any nearby festival is there, because we get offers. So we have to be very careful. When you are saying offer, it comes with an obligation. So when we buy jealousy, we get headache for free. When we buy jealousy, we get headache. When we buy anger, we get acidity for free. You become angry, inside will be jangry. It will start burning and it creates acidity. When we buy hate, we get ulcer for free. And when we buy stress, BP for free. So when somebody is too much stressed and anxiety, naturally he becomes a BP patient. Similarly, when we buy trust, then friendship is received for free. These are the earlier things, are the negative things. Now they are the positive things. If you buy trust, you will get friendship. We buy exercise, we get health for free. If we buy peace, we get good sleep for free. If we buy prayers, we get peace of mind. If we buy love, we get God's mercy for free with all good qualities. The whole principle is love of God. If you buy that love of God, we'll get all good qualities and Lord's mercy automatically. These may be material terms. Now we have to decide what we wanted to buy. But technically, everything is interrelated. You buy one, you get the other one. So Bhagavatam glorifies about importance of devotion service. It says, Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatma va anushruta svabhavat karoti yat yat sakalam parasmai narayaneti samarpayet. In the 11th canto, the second chapter itself, this is between the prachetas, Nimi and conversation between other munis. So there it says, Anushruta Swabhavat, according to one's Swabhava, personal nature, as acquired in this conditioned life, Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva, as per this body, Kaya, Vacha by words, Manasa by their mind, Indriyarva or by senses, Buddhya Atmanava or by their intelligence or by their purified consciousness. What one should do? Tat karoti yat yat sakalam samarpayet. One should offer everything unto that personality. Parasmai Narayana iti. Thinking that Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is for your pleasure. So it is duty of everyone with all their body, mind, senses, intelligence and consciousness to offer everything in their capacity to the Supreme Lord Narayana. This is for your pleasure. This is the duty of everyone. Next.